Are you struggling to stay consistent with your blog, YouTube, and email content? Well, CoSchedule is my behind the scenes system that keeps me on top of all of that. And in today's video, I'll show you exactly how I use it to stay on top of everything without losing my mind. Hey, I'm Lorraine P, the founder of Step Up Boss Up Society, where we help women start online businesses. Today's video is all about CoSchedule, my content calendar tool for long form content like blogs, videos, and now even product launches. Now, let me be clear, this is not the calendar I use for my short form content like Instagram and Pinterest. Now, don't get me wrong, it can definitely be used for those content types, but I have a different workflow for my short form content. So, what is CoSchedule? CoSchedule is an all in one marketing platform. So, you can plan both your long form and short form content, and they have different plans for different levels of use. So, I currently am on the solopreneur plan, and that is for it's called the social calendar, and that's mainly for solopreneurs and freelancers and small business owners. And as you can see, you can do a lot with it. You can schedule your social media content. It has its own AI tools integrated into it, so making it easier for you to schedule things. Things are scheduled at the best time for your platform. You get social templates. There is a requeue feature, which is where you can basically stack up content so that your social media feed is never empty. There is a lot you can do with this platform. However, as I said, I specifically use this to keep on top and be consistent with my long form content. Right now, I use CoSchedule to plan blog posts, map out my YouTube video content, organize weekly newsletters, plan my launches for my digital products and for my freebies. And I also use it to plan out when I'm taking part in bundles and when I need to promote bundles. So if I do have to promote on social media, I will put that in CoSchedule just specifically for my bundle promotion. Having it all in one place means I can see what's coming, stay consistent, and reuse content through the requeue without reinventing the wheel. Most importantly for me is staying consistent and also promoting that long form content, because a lot of the times before I used CoSchedule, I would create blog posts and then I wouldn't really promote it on my other social media platforms as much as I should be. And with CoSchedule, it gives me that opportunity to do that. So let's take a quick look, an overview of how I use CoSchedule. So this is the home dashboard, and this home dashboard it is like a little quick overview of what is coming up. I tend to work with CoSchedule in their calendar. So when you go into your calendar, this is where everything is mapped out. And as you can see here, I've got all my blog content mapped out for the month, my video content, my email marketing, I've got courses, I've got freebies, all planned out for the rest of this month. So I can just go into April and see everything that I've done, and I've even put in that I'm taking a break from Instagram for a week. So I've put all that in to my schedule. How do I use CoSchedule? Now, I have both my WordPress blog and YouTube integrated into CoSchedule. Even though my YouTube is the integration is really new, so I haven't actually started using it yet. I do my planning once, I try to do it once a month, so I'm always a month ahead. And a lot of the times, and sometimes I'm even a quarter ahead. So right now, I've planned out my entire quarter for all my blog posts. So I've planned every blog post for Q2. And the plan is to do the same with my YouTube content and my email content. And that's only actually really possible for me to do that using this tool. I could use Google, could use Google Sheets, I could use Notion, and I could use Airtable. All tools I love, but when it comes to this for my long form content specifically, I just never can seem to stay consistent when I'm using those tools. I've switched between them often, like switched to them and then came back to CoSchedule, and CoSchedule is the only thing that keeps me consistent, to quite honest. So that's why I use it. So To add a project, you can add a project from the date itself, or you can choose to add it from the top of the calendar. So if you just choose a date, if I'm creating a new blog post, I would just click open WordPress, and I would literally just put in the title. I wouldn't have to change anything here. I have color coded this because that helps my brain see see what's happening on my calendar is color coding. I've literally color coded everything. So I'd click it blog post, and then I'd say create WordPress. Hit create, and then I click create WordPress. That will not just create the item in the co-schedule calendar, it will also create a draft blog post on my in my WordPress. So I won't do that now, and I will show you how to create one of the other. So if I go into projects, so if you have a blog but it's not hosted on WordPress, you can just come in here and select blog post. You can select video, which is what I have been doing when it comes to my YouTube content, because I haven't been using the direct integration for my email marketing, for newsletters. And you can literally, it's got all these different types of projects that you can select and create. And what's really good about some of these is that if you do create select blog posts, and let's just put in test post, and you hit create, what will happen is that it will pull up the AI marketing assistant, and it will help you to the marketing assistant will help you to get keyword suggestions, create your blog post outline, and create your first kind of like generic blog post, your first draft that you can start with. The other thing you can do is you can use the prompt template library to select different types of prompts to help you create any of your content. So they've got a very big library, and you can select all the types of prompts that you need and get AI assistants to create your social media posts, to create your YouTube videos, to create your blog posts, to create products, to create content marketing strategies, your mission statements. It basically has a massive library of AI prompts that will help you to create content and assets and marketing assets in your business. The other thing that is extremely useful is, so you can I basically house everything to do with that one piece of content under the project within CoSchedule. So I normally use the text editor, and I will just copy and paste things in here. The other thing I also use is my Google Docs integration. So I will literally click Google Docs, I will hit Google Docs, and then I'll create my draft blog post using Google Docs, and it will be directly linked in here. So I will always be able to find my drafts and my outlines in one place. The other thing that is a massive asset is that social campaign. So for every blog post, I can add a social campaign, and when it's directly linked to WordPress, all this, the links and everything are populated. But if you didn't have your blog on a WordPress site, then all you have to do is add the link to your blog post here, and that will automatically pull through your a little bit of a blurb about your blog post and the image that you have, and then you could schedule out your promotional posts across your different platforms. Okay, let me go back to my calendar. So let's take this blog post. So I've got this blog post. It was created using my WordPress integration. And as you can see, I have got my social campaign just down here, and I've got blog post promotions going out to my Facebook page and my LinkedIn page for different days. I have all my notes in the text editor. I've got my Google Drafts linked here. And over here, I have my task list. So when you're on the paid version of this plan, you can add tasks, or it comes with task templates. So you can select the task template for the relevant content. I've got my blog post task template. You can edit that template and save it. So you have a basic template, and then you can edit it to fit your workflow, which you can now reuse over and over again for all your content. The other thing I wanted to show you, when you've got WordPress integration, you will have this WordPress tab within the project, and you can analyze your headlines to see what score you can get, and then you can improve on your headline depending on the headline score that you get. And you can also select who the author is and your categories. So any updates you make on your blog, on your WordPress blog, in terms of your categories, it gets fed through to CoSchedule, as well as if you've got additional authors on your blog, that will be fed through. So you can just select who the author is of that blog post. And once you're done, all you have to do is click schedule here, or when you schedule it in WordPress, it will automatically feed through to say that it's scheduled here with the time and the date. One of my favorite things about CoSchedule is the fact that I can literally drag and drop my content. When I'm sitting down to plan my content for the month, I'm often kind of like dragging and dropping things around. I may have like a lot of blog post ideas, and it's like, okay, all those blog posts are not going to fit into a month because I don't have the bandwidth. So I can literally drag and drop things. And if it's really tight, I can literally drag and drop it to the unscheduled over here, or I can move it back. So this is kind of like the ideas section for all the different pieces of content ideas. One of the other things that's really good is that I can literally filter through. So now all I'm seeing is my blog content. So I can literally go in and be like, okay, I'm literally just planning my blog content right now. I'm going to spend the next hour plan out my blog for the next 3 months. And then I can pull through ideas that I have over here that's unscheduled. I can move things around in here really easily. If I know I've created a piece of content about something in particular, I can literally search for it in here, and it will just pull up anything that's to do with that topic in my unscheduled, so then I can start pulling it through to the month that I am for. That's how I'm using CoSchedule right now in my business, and how it's helping me to stay consistent with planning, producing, and releasing content, my long form content out there into the world. So if you want to simplify your content system, why don't you give CoSchedule a try? My link is just below, and let me know in the comments, what are you using right now to manage your content?